Here's my well, part of my football card collection, baseball card collection. Um, I have over 25,000 baseball and football cards. Um, my favorite of all my cards, of course, is my Pittsburgh Steeler cards, which I have more than any other cards. Um, Cards from the 1960s. Here's a picture of me when I was a baby. There's Mean Joe Green, one of his first cards. Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Jack Ham, L.C. Greenwood, Frank Lewis, John Macklin, 74 championship, Franco Harris, Joe Green, Jack Ham, Rocky Bleier, Ernie Holmes, Mel Blount, J.T. Thomas, Ed Bradley, Roy Gerela, Ron Shanklin, Dwight White, Joe Gilliam, Mike Wagner, Sam Davis, and Preston Pearson. Andy Russell, Frank Lewis, Lynn Swann, Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann, Joe Green, Jack Lampard, Jack Ham, Mel Blount, I'm sorry about that, Rocky Bleier, Mike Wagner, Terry Hanratty, wow, Steve Furness, Andy Russell, Larry Brown, Dwight White, Bobby Walton, Ray Mansfield, Collard, Frank Lewis, Roy Gerela, L.C. Greenwood, Gary Mullins, Glenn Edwards, J.T. Thomas, Ernie Holmes, Franco Harris, Terry Bradshaw. Nice checklist right there. The Steelers plowing through the Oilers. It's another Oilers Steelers game. Super Bowl where the Steelers beat the Cowboys. Mel Blount, Jack Lampard, Jack Ham. I have all the cards from 74 to 79. All 4 years of the Steelers Super Bowl years. Franco Harris, Rocky Bleier, Reggie Harrison, Frank Lewis, Randy Grossman, Larry Brown, Roy Gerela, Bobby Walton, and Mike Webster. John Knobb, L.C. Greenwood, Steve Furness, Joe Green, J.T. Thomas, Glenn Edwards, Mike Krusak, Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann. I think it's his rookie, if I'm not mistaken. Dwight White, Mike Wagner. Wow, steel curtain smashing the Chargers. There's Terry Bradshaw handing it off to Franco Harris in the Super Bowl. Team checklist again. Benny Cunningham, John Knobb, Larry Brown, Mike Webster. Look at that. Wow. Jack Lampard, Steve Furness, L.C. Greenwood, Dwight White, Mel Blount, J.T. Thomas, Mike Wagner, Jim Allen, and Terry Bradshaw. Reggie Harrison, Rocky Bleier, Frank Lewis, Jack Ham, Joe Green, Roy Girella, Glenn Edwards, Franco Harris, John Stallworth, J.T. Smith, Steelers team leaders checklist, L.C. Greenwood, Jack Ham, John Knobb, Mike Webster, John Stallworth, Jim Smith, Randy Grossman, Craig Coltwood, Larry Brown, Jack Lampert, Dwight White, Steve Furness, Mel Blount, Ron Johnson, Mike Wagner, Cindy Thornton, Franco Harris, Rocky Bleier, Benny Cunningham, Roy Girella, Donnie Shell, Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw. There's the AFC Championship when the Steelers smashed the Oilers. And then there's the Steelers against the, I believe, the Chargers again. Yeah, there's the Steelers beating the Rams 31-19 in Super Bowl 14. And that's Fred Dryer. Yep, Fred Dryer. That the Steelers are blocking right there. He's the guy that became the Star Hunter, which of course is one of my favorite shows. How appropriate is that? AFC Championship when the Steelers beat the Oilers. There's Steve Furness, Rocky Bleier, Dwight White, Joe Green, Craig Coltwood. Never can pronounce his name right. Craig Colquitt. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Larry Brown, Jack Ham. We're getting to the 80s now, so John Stallworth, Jack Lampert, Terry Bradshaw, another Terry Bradshaw card. Jack Lampert, Joe Green, Robin Cole, I should say. Craig Colquitt. I think I said it right this time. Theo Bell. There's Mel Blount, Franco Harris, John Stallworth, Jack Lampert in action cards. All-Pro Jack Lampert. Mark Malone. He became the sports announcer on, or the sports anchor on CBS, Chicago. Franco Harris. Right against the Chargers. Look at that. There's the Steelers. Where are they playing? Looks like the Vikings. Super Bowl. Donnie Shell. I hate it when these cards are sideways like that. Lawrence Tools. I think I said it. Another one that's very difficult to say his name right. Frank Pollard. Gary Anderson. Wow. Great kicker that missed the Super Bowls. Mel Blount. Mike Webster. Larry Brown. John Stallworth. There's Franco Harris again. There's another Jack Lampert instant replay card. Franco Harris. Wow. Jack Lampert again. Benny Cunningham. Franco Harris again. There's another special card. Gary Anderson. Mike Merriweather. Wow. John Stallworth. Another. Whoops. That's why I hate these. Steelers against the Raiders. I'm going to start going through these cards pretty quickly now. I'm not going to name all the players, so you can see them as I'm flipping the pages, because this video is already 9 minutes long, so I'll just try to flip through these pretty quickly. This is when the Steelers started falling apart in the 80s. They only had a couple of good seasons. Lewis Lips, Merle Hodge, yep, Bobby Brister. Hall of Fame cards. Wow. Eric Green, I wonder where he ended up. And the Steelers had some talent on this team, but I guess they didn't have enough talent to do anything in the 80s that much. A few division winners. I think I had this entire season as well. There's a couple seasons I have all the cards from that year, but there's a few of them that I'm missing. These cards are not all in mint condition, if you're wondering. But I really don't care because I'm never gonna sell them. I'm just a collector. Really don't care what they're worth. Mark stock. Get a good view of these cards really quick. Sorry if I can't get them all in there. I mean, there's Derek Hill, a guy that took John Stewart's number. Dwayne Woodruff. Wow, he actually is the last Steeler that actually played in that retired from the 70 teams. It's a good trivia question. Rod Woodson. Yeah, he could have definitely played on the 70 teams. It's too bad we couldn't get him a ring for us. Dan Ravens. He had to get a ring with them. Tim Worley. Never really became nothing. Barry Foster, another running back that, wow, I actually thought he was going to be a guy that was going to break records, but he didn't last that long. 9, Super Bowl 10. This is the front. These are pretty cool because these are like the front covers of the Super Bowl magazines, programs. See, I'm missing Super Bowl 14. This is pretty cool. They have Art Rooney. Another Franco Harris card. One of my favorite cards of all time. That is so cool. Being the head coach and winning 4 Super Bowls and having the 4 Super Bowl Vince Lombardi trophies right in front of you. Wow. How proud can you be? That is so cool. Lynn Swann again, Terry Bradshaw. These are all like replay cards or pro set cards. Yep. One thing that was cool about these cards is even when the Steelers had a bad year, they still had cards that were from the 70s that, you know, players from the 70s. Damani Dawson, he actually became Hall of Famer. Lewis Lips, Gary Anderson, Keith Willis, Rod Woodson. Wow. Yep. Greg Lloyd, another player that, wow. Yeah, Greg Lloyd, James Harrison kind of reminded me of him a little bit. Carnell Lake. Eric Green. Now imagine having Eric Green and having Heath Miller. You'd like the Patriots with their tight ends. Ken Dawson. David Little, another linebacker that didn't last long. Bradshaw. Harry Nicholson, another linebacker. Thought it was going to be good. Woodson again. Yep. This is 1991, I believe. As you can see, this Steelers collection starts from the late 60s. And it basically goes through the 70s. Its glory years, and then it basically I'm proud to have this collection. I'm proud of having all my 25,000 cards that I've got. It's pretty impressive. There's Chuck Noll, one of his last years. There's Barry Foster. Neil O'Donnell. Wow. Yeah, I still believe if he didn't backstab us, I believe that we could have won the Super Bowl with him. But, oh well, too bad. Rashad Woodson. And this is right before, I believe, Cordell Stewart eventually became the quarterback. I don't have cards all the way up to the last few years, but I'm currently working on it. So I mean, this is not going to go all the way up to 2013, if you're wondering. A little swap with cash. So I don't have the money to buy cards all the time. But I try to flip through these as fast as I can go through them. And there was a lot of cards in there. You probably want to see all of them, but I'm going to get this in here as fast as I can. Yeah, this is almost the end of it. We're getting close. There's Cordell Stewart right there. Yep, and we're almost at the end here. There's a Jerome Bettis card. There's a Terry Bradshaw card. Wow. Jerome Bettis. The bus. There's Troy Polamalu. So I do have some new cards. I don't have a lot, though. Yep. There's a Roethlisberger Madden 09 card. There's Heath Miller, I believe. Yep, and there's the Bengals right behind it. So you guys don't want to see that. So. Because they're in our division, so. See? AFC North, I have it by division. As you can see, the Steelers are always on top. Then the Ravens, you know, because they won 2 Super Bowls and we won 6. Then the Bengals, they're third. They didn't win any, but they were at least in 2 Super Bowls. That's why I put them third. And the Browns, of course, didn't win anything, so that's why they're last. So, and here's all the rest of my cards. You want to see them? Here's baseball, football, basketball. There's the AFC West. There's the AFC East. These are other cards like, you know, here, I'll go over here and I'll show you. NFC East, AFC South, NFC West. I have them by divisions. There's like, these are like special cards, like cards that don't go. And then I have like baseball cards. I have that in Division 2. National League West. And if you go all the way to the end here, you'll get Chicago White Sox, you know, the Yankees, you know. And this goes all the way to the NBA. I don't have that many NBA cards, so I just put it Western Conference and Eastern Conference. And I have like some hockey cards. I have wrestling cards, as you can see. I even have magazines that go along with it. And then I have like 5,000 doubles that I had down here. All my doubles go in here. And then I have like, so. hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.